It wouldn't be a very good video if they said, come to Ohio. Why? No reason.
Yeah, right.
So would you ever move to Ohio?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Marketers React, where we take a look at marketing videos and talk about what makes them good, great, and maybe have a laugh or two along the way. So Matt, what are we looking at today?
Today we're looking at a video that came across on YouTube a little unexpectedly, but I watched the whole thing even though I have no interest in actually buying the thing.
Cool. Well, let's take a look.
Okay.
There's a beautiful part of America with more than 40,000 square miles of exciting cities, rolling hills, scenic rivers and lakes, green farmland, and plush forest called Ohio.
I think the thing that this hammers home is Ohio is sort of an all-American state. Like, it's a great place to raise a family. We have diverse workforce, technologies here, farmlands here. Any sporting event you could want is here. So I think it's just trying to appeal to everybody, because I mean, it's ohiojobs.com and trying to get people to move there. So they're also trying to show, like, what else can your family do here? Like, we've got good colleges, we've got good shopping, we've got good food. So yeah, I think it shows off like all the positive aspects you could want when you want to move to a place.
Sure does. I really like how they call out these ideals that it's pretty easy for any American to get behind. Like, you know, in Ohio, we value hard work and working with your hands and accomplishing these great things, and astronauts and presidents as people that we can all admire. It's hard to watch this and not find something that catches your interest one way or another.
Yeah, it seems like whatever you could possibly want to look for is there. And, you know, as people, you know, we've lived all over the country, and so that's not always the case in every state or in every city. So I think it's smart to showcase that. That's like, hey, if you come here, we have what you're looking for.
It wouldn't be a very good video if they said, come to Ohio. Why? No reason.
Yeah, right.
The thing that I think about this video is it's an incredibly well done video, very beautiful. This actually makes me think, where does this show up in the marketing campaign? Because if you talk to any marketing experts out there, and the marketing firms that we work with, they talk about the higher the buy-in, the harder it is to have a successful marketing campaign. So if you want to sell someone a car, that is a lot much bigger ask than trying to sell someone a $10 book.
True.
And you're going to need a more intense, more thorough marketing campaign. So my question is, why this? And maybe I think it's the first video in a campaign. It's a shotgun approach. Look at all these things. What catches your interest? And one thing that they may be doing is they may be looking at search history and other things to see which of these other things they can follow up with you. Like, hey, I know you really like starting a business. We've got some great entrepreneurial support, something like that. So what do you think the rest of the campaign looks like for something like this?
My guess is they try to go deep into each of the different things that they're hitting on. So, you know, they talk about education. They showed the University of Dayton, Ohio State, maybe some like fun activities, whether it's sporting events, going on the water, amusement parks. I think they probably go into more detail about all the different aspects that they're showing.
I guess I'm surprised at such a broad approach. I mean, they're not like, farmers move to Ohio. I mean, they are saying, if you're a person, if you're a working human, and that is really hard, because one thing that we've learned in marketing, if your audience is everyone, your audience is no one.
Right.
So would you ever move to Ohio?
Probably not. I've moved enough in my life. I've moved across the country multiple times. I've moved across, out of the country. Yeah, so I might move one last time, but no, unfortunately, Ohio is probably not that place. Not because it's not a great country, but I think I'm just done.
Well, it's not even a country. But what an amazing video. I mean, when you see a video like this, from a production standpoint, what do you think of?
Well, a lot of this has to have been planned out, because they're showing like people, you know, walking around in the woods. They're doing these conferences where there's a lot of people, you know, so you can't just show up and like, I got a camera, you know, let's film this. And then, you know, there's a lot of drone shots too, like, and they're like totally diverse drone shots. It's like shots of the lake and the river, of farmland, of buildings, of people doing fun stuff. So this was probably, if I had to make a guess, this was probably a multi-month endeavor because there's just so many different things that they're filming.
Absolutely, very high end. This is probably the highest end of a video type that I like to call clip art salad, because usually, or stock footage salad. Yeah, because essentially you have all these different shots of things that are happening in Ohio. Now, I can tell the vast majority of these, if not every single one of them, was actually filmed specifically for this video. But you see a lot of videos on the lower end of this style that it's all this clip of stock footage. You know, people are looking at, they're typing in farmer, wheat field, and they write a script and then they pin it to this. And that, when you watch a video like this, these aren't that challenging to put together. Like you said, what becomes challenging is how many locations. And we haven't counted in this, but good Lord, there are a lot of different, dozens easy. Now,
I will say, it makes me want to take a vacation there. I would love to visit Ohio.
Absolutely.
And it seems like there's a lot of fun things to do there. Even if it's not directly doing what it set out to do, it's still effective in a way that makes it look appealing, I think, at the very least.
I think a lot of people are going to watch this whole video whether or not they want to move at all. But that's a sign of a well-done video. I mean, it's beautiful, it's fun to watch. What more do you want? And if it's put in a good marketing campaign, fantastic.
So here's a question. How much do you think it took to make that video?
Dollars or time?
Both.
Ooh.
But more importantly, dollars.
Dollars? Oh, this one's hard. This one's hard. What I've done before, if somebody shows me a video like this and they ask me, you know, to start putting a price framework together, I'm looking at the different shots. I'm looking at how many are drone, how many are on location. So when you do a drone shot at universities and things like that, you usually need prior approval months in advance. I mean, I'm not even kidding. Stanford, I don't know if you remember when we tried to do a drone shot of that.
Yeah, it was a whole ordeal.
Whole ordeal, and what did we decide to do instead?
Well, there was stock footage, but we just didn't do it at the end of the day.
Didn't use it, that's right. Because the people that needed it, they said, you know what, if it's gonna cost this much time and effort, we don't need that. I realized that in saying that, I totally sidestepped your question and didn't answer. But if I'm put on the spot, how much did this video cost? Honestly, man, I'm thinking 50 grand.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, actually. That's a lot. 50 grand, it is.
Well, but so here's the thing that I keep in mind. If this video costs this much, how much do you think OhioJobs.com is putting behind the marketing campaign in total?
Oh my God. I mean, if they're trying to get people to move there, like a couple people moving there almost pays for itself in some ways, I guess. So probably 5 to 10 times. Like normally, a general rule of thumb is like you pay for something and then you pay twice for the marketing.
That's right.
So usually that's what movies are. But with this, I would imagine much, much bigger.
Oh yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking maybe $500,000 for the whole campaign. Again, this is just a guess, but what Taylor said is a fantastic thing to keep in mind. If you are running a campaign, they don't think on the other end, how much are you realistically expecting to make from this? If you are expecting to make millions of dollars, you are not gonna have a campaign that gets you there for 10,000. It's just not gonna work.
Right.
And like you said, I imagine on a campaign this big, this intense, with a decision as big as let's move to another state, this is, I imagine they're expecting many people to move and a grand total of millions of dollars from taxes or whatever else. You know what's really weird about that video is it makes me want to watch one for every state.
Just to see what the selling points are of these different states. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, it's so beautiful. It's so well done. I would, with a smile on my face, watch more of those.
Oh, God.
And interruptions happen, but no big deal. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have a video that you want us to watch and critique, send it our way. We take the good, the bad, and the ugly. We'll break it down, tell you what you're looking at, and tell you how you can use it in your marketing campaign.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.